VitaCast episode 88. I am your host, Tyler Oltoff, and with me as usual, it's Kyle Wakeling. What's up, Kyle?
Not much, Tyler, not much.
I don't know why my voice got really high right there, but...
You got excited.
I did. It's another week full of Vita craziness, and we're here to bring it to you, right?
That's right.
Well, I guess it's not the greatest segue because I didn't really do craziness on my Vita this week. So what I've been playing is, again, just Lost Dimensions, and I beat it, but I didn't get the good ending, so I'm going through it again on like New Game Plus type of thing. Like, it's not really New Game Plus, but it is. So I'm going to try to see if I can get the good ending, because no spoilers, but they threw a curveball at me, and I had no flippin' idea about it, and I'm a little upset about it, but yeah. I won't spoil anything for anyone that's pushing through the game and they want to figure out everything on their own. So, yeah, just going through it again. Got to hopefully get that done before Resident Evil comes out next week, because after that comes out, I probably won't be touching anything else for a while. Not even my girlfriend. That's a lie. I'm kidding. We won't get into that. Anyway. Kyle, what about you? What have you been playing?
Well, I platinumed X-Play's Lost Memories.
Oh, snap. Gotta get that plat.
I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm the first person to platinum it, too.
I thought you were going to say you think you platinum. I was like, wait a minute.
No, I definitely platinumed it.
Okay.
So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Wait,
so
if I go to PSN profiles right now, you're going to be the first one?
I think so.
I'm checking it right now. Just keep talking.
I might even be the fastest still.
Ooh. Well, while you continue talking, I'm checking.
All right. So yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about that with my review, because that's one of the reviews from this week. But I also played some Akiba's Trip, just cleaning up some storyline stuff and collectible junk, stupid trophies. And I played a whole bunch of Tetris Ultimate because it's my addiction, and I'm finally done with review games for right now, so I can give it some time. So even today I played like probably 4 hours of Tetris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, according to PSN profiles, you are still the first achiever, and I don't know about fastest. I don't know how you check that.
It's either under platinums or 100% completion thing. There's like a chart thing.
Are you talking about like your fastest as in like your own personal fast? Or like as in the...
I'll just go to it, Tyler. Hold on.
I'm just, I'm trying to put it together.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the fastest.
Because all I see is first achievers and latest achievers. I know the audience is very interested in this.
You're in the wrong one. Yeah, they are. Nope, somebody beat me. I'm second right now. Blink Winkle. Beat it in a day and 2 hours. I beat it in a day and 10 hours. So.
You got one-upped, Kyle.
I did get one-upped. But he can't one-up me on first achievers, so
nope,
it's like that.
That's impossible. What's done is done.
Yeah,
there you go,
unless somebody like joins who magically got it before me.
Yeah, that'd be crushing. I'm like one of the first people to get, what is it, like the Bond Nation Racers trophy. I think it's like the ad hoc one or something. Because my brother had the game as well, so we both played an ad hoc game right away. Not even knowing about PSN profiles or any of that. Anyways, Kyle, continue on. We're going way off topic here.
I think that's pretty much it for the topic, though, Tyler.
Oh. Well, we need to play some more games, Kyle.
Yes, we do.
We'll get on that eventually.
Eventually.
See, at least the games we're playing, we're having a lot of fun with. It's not like we're just like, this is the worst, I'm not having fun, this sucks.
Definitely not having a bad time.
So that's always a positive thing to hear.
Very much so, very much so.
So yeah, let's move it along. We've got the reviews, Kyle, so you want to take... Actually, no, I'll take the first one since the next one is a review you did. So, First up, Nihilumbro. It was reviewed by Liam. He gave it a 3.4 out of 5, and he says, quote, Nihilumbra is an interesting concept and a short and sweet title that not only looks great, but also uses some of the features that a lot of developers forgot the Vita actually has. Nihilumbra is one of the more unique titles on Vita, and if you're looking for something different, you should definitely give it a go, end quote. So I played a little bit of this game. It was definitely interesting, and I enjoyed the graphics and how it looked, but I didn't play enough of it to really get the full feel of what this game's all about. But pretty decent review by Liam. Too bad he's not here in the podcast to talk about it. But Kyle, did you play any of this?
I haven't.
Well, there you go. Read the review. Find out more. Maybe
Definitely.
we'll bug Liam next time he's in the episode or on the podcast to talk about it. So, yeah. Anyways, next up, Kyle, what's up?
All right, so this one's mine. X-Blaze Lost Memories. I gave it a 4.3 out of 5, and I said, quote, X-Blaze Lost Memories is not so much a sequel as it is something that enhances the first game's story in every way. It features an enjoyable narrative, lovable characters, and a unique way of presenting the big picture, something visual novel fans will be sure to appreciate and enjoy. Just don't forget to play Code Embryo first, end quote. So, as you can tell there, it's a sequel, or kind of, and it's tied to Code Embryo, the first game, so you're going to want to play that one first, but I loved it, and it made the first one better, so there's not very many games that you can kind of say that about, so it's definitely worth the play. Definitely play the first one first, because it only kind of makes sense that way, I guess. But the second one definitely has the better overall story. Let's just put it that way.
I've been interested.
I can't really say too much because like it spoils shit.
That's the thing with these types of games. But speaking of these types of games, I've been very interested in them, but with Steins Gate right around the corner, I've been kind of like, I need to hold off on all these visual novel games because I don't want to get burnt out and just be so annoyed with just talking. So I'm holding off. And yeah, and speaking of visual novels, we've got another one. Another review of another visual novel. So, if visual novels are your thing, you're set. And that game I'm mentioning is Actual Sunlight. It was reviewed by Zach, and he gave it a 4.1 out of 5. And he says, quote, Actual Sunlight is a serious game for those that like inward thinking. While the gameplay is solely clicking and interacting with people and objects, you will find that the reflection invoked makes up for it. Can't talk right now. End quote. Anyways. Yeah, this game looks very weird and interesting. But again, I just am kind of avoiding these types of games because I want to play Steins Gate. So, Kyle, are you interested in this? Are you going to get it? Do you have it?
Well, I don't have it. I'm thinking of getting it, and of course, by that, I'm interested in it. So, yeah, it's something kind of unique and different. So it definitely caught my eye. But at the same time, I just have so much going on right now. I just don't.
Yeah.
Don't want to dive in right away. But that review makes it more enticing, so it makes me kind of second guess my shit. But yeah, I'll definitely be watching for, sale, or if I get some change in my PSN account, that's where it'll probably be going.
Yeah, it's not it's not an expensive game, I don't think. It's only like $10, right?
$4.99, Tyler.
Woo!
$4.99.
Even cheaper.
That's right.
So yeah, I mean, it's not really that bad of a game to grab for the price. Anyways, yes, more visual novel type games. Kyle, what's up? What's next?
Alright, this is the last review from the week, and it is Deception 4, The Nightmare Princess, reviewed by Adrian, and he gave it a 3.6 out of 5, saying, quote, For those of you who've never played a Deception title, The Nightmare Princess is a fantastic entry point for newcomers with tons of content and replay value. But for those who have previously purchased Blood Ties, aside from the new quests, there is nothing here that's worth the full asking price, end quote. So looks like he enjoyed what was new, but there wasn't enough new to entice him to buy it again if he knew that from the outside and had played the first one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
played the first one and I enjoyed it. I was laughing because of all like the traps that you set and just how you just are so demented on taking people out with these brutal traps. Um, but then I got a review copy for this one as well, and I played it, and I was just like, you know what? It's exactly the same thing. You're just doing a couple different things, and there's some extra traps and whatnot. And I mean, I didn't play a ton of it. I maybe played like 4 missions, so I mean, there could have been something further on that made it better. But I mean, it's just if the game doesn't hook you in the first hour or so, I mean, it's not sometimes the best game. But yeah, it bored me way too much so that I just stopped playing it. So yeah, and I don't think
All right
Kyle's
then.
gonna want this, right? You don't want this game.
Yeah, I'm just not sure about these deception games. I think I would really have to play one first to know whether.
Right.
Yeah, and I
Well,
don't really feel like playing it. You
yeah.
know, just right now out of the blue
It's
for no
not getting
reason.
you
So
right off the bat. I
yeah,
understand.
yeah, I think that's it.
Well, all right.
It's a possibility for the future, but no, not right
Yeah. Well, there you go. Those are the reviews from this week. There's 4 games there for you to check out and possibly pick up, all getting pretty decent scores. So it's a good week of reviews. Anyways, let's jump into the new releases. And for North America, we are getting Actual Sunlight, which was the one we mentioned earlier in the reviews, and that one was $4.99. We're also getting Torkel. Is it Torkel or Torque L? Do you know, Kyle?
now. I think it's Torque L.
Torque L. Well, they missed a space. So you got Torque L for $6.99. That game is very weird looking. And we've got X-Blaze Lost Memories for $39.99. Kyle, what are we getting in Europe?
All right, so Europe gets Torque L2. It's not available in Russia and Ukraine, but it's seven. Or wait, okay, £8.99 pounds, €10.99, or 16.45 Australian dollars. They're also getting squares, and that's £3.65 and €4.99. So no Australian price, so we have no idea about that.
Well, there you go. We didn't really talk about Torque L very much, but this game it's kind of like a puzzle platformer, I guess. You got to navigate weird terrain using the face buttons, I believe, to
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck.
yeah, I watched the trailer. That's all I know really about it. But I think you use the circle, X, square, triangle buttons to shoot out like pillars out of the side of your block, and you can navigate to ledges or other things. I'm probably doing a terrible job at explaining this, but there's a trailer. You should check it out. It's very weird looking. It's not something that's gonna grab me. It looks too basic and frustrating, so not at all on my list. And I'm assuming, Kyle, you're not going to pick it up either.
No.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Let's jump into the news. We've got quite a bit here, so let's get into it. First up, D3 Publisher has announced a new roguelike RPG for Japanese release. Omega Labyrinth is a roguelike RPG chest-expanding adventure from Matrix Software with character design by Wada Datsumi. It'll be available in Japan on November 19th, priced at 6,000 yen for a digital download or 6,800 yen for a physical copy at retail. More details are set to follow in next week's issue of Dengeki PlayStation, so stay tuned. Next up, we already knew that the Vita version of the upcoming Mega Man-inspired Mighty No. 9 would be subject to a delay, but we have today learned that the release for the title has fallen into 2016. Speaking directly to those that backed the game on Kickstarter, Concept explained the reasonings behind the delay. Quote, "This is a project that would not have existed without the support of our backers, so we at least wanted to deliver this news to our backers before it is officially announced. We are unable to confirm our final release date at this time. However, we will be aiming for a release in Q1 2016. Once a solid release date is set, we will announce it immediately to our backers and fans. Of course, it is important to explain why exactly the game is being delayed, and as we have communicated in the updates to our backers, all of the core content for the game is developed and in a complete state. However, there are still bugs and issues pertaining to the online features that are included in the game. These bugs and issues have a direct effect on enjoyment of the game, so a decision was made to work these issues out before release. Currently, Concept and their partners are working at full capacity to resolve these issues and fix any remaining bugs. In addition, we have received quite a few requests for additional information regarding the various platforms that are part of the platform survey we have sent out. We have also only managed to receive around half of the total responses needed for the survey. End quote. Mighty Number 9 was slated to release in September for consoles with the Vita version to follow after, which is no longer being developed by Abstractions Games. We currently do not know what the impact to the Vita version will be. Next up, we've recently learned from Warner Bros. Games that the upcoming LEGO Avengers title is now set to launch in January 2016. The first console video game to feature characters and storylines for Marvel's The Avengers, Marvel's Avengers Age of Ultron, and many more will be available on 26th January 2016 in North America and 29th January 2016 in Europe at participating retailers. We have also learned that an exclusive retailer for the UK will be announced soon, allowing games to pre-order their copy and get exclusive Silver Centurion Iron Man Lego minifigure, one of the many versions of Iron Man that will be playable in the game. The game was originally slated to launch this fall, so it's disappointing that another game has slipped into early next year, especially for Vita owners who won't be getting the upcoming Lego Dimensions.
Alright, moving on. Bandai Namco Europe has recently taken to Twitter to announce the European release date for Lost Song. That's right, folks, it looks like Europeans will be going to Alfheim Online with Kirito and the gang in just over 3 months. Here's the tweet in full. Quote, Sword Art Online Lost Song's release date will be Friday, 13th of November. Who will you include in your party? End quote. I couldn't find a corresponding tweet or confirmation from Bandai Namco US anywhere that the game would be hitting there the same time, so whether that's the case or not at this point is purely speculation. Sword Art Online Lost Song is already available in Japan and hits Europe November 13th and North America sometime this fall. Next up, the quirky and surrealist puzzle game Back to Bed has finally been given a release date. The game takes heavy inspiration from surrealist artists such as Salvador Dali and M.C. Escher. The goal is to guide Bob, a heavily sedated sleepwalker, safely back to his bed. To do so safely, and without waking him up, requires you to guide him through and around a series of different obstacles. But as with any dream, things aren't always as they seem, and the rules that work in our world don't always work in the dream world. Back to Bed will be available on August 25th. It will feature cross-buy, and though the exact price has not been revealed yet, we do know that a PlayStation Plus discount will be applied at launch. Next up, new details for NetHigh have emerged. In NetHigh, your opponents are Raiju, people who live fulfilling lives, are overflowing with confidence, and have strong personalities. Or so it seems. It's your job to expose their lies. You will investigate these people by visiting various places where people congregate, such as the shopping district or convenience stores, and attempt to obtain valuable information about them. There are a few methods to gather clues. One is to get the latest Raiju gossip by tweeting harsh remarks to attract attention and learn gossip from the replies you received. Depending on what you say, you'll either gain or lose followers. Another method is to use your glasses, a high-tech wearable terminal that allows you to trace people's lives. Using them, you will check various phrases that appear on screen to get the latest gossip. After you've collected gossip in the first two methods, you can then use Fuse Inspection method to brainstorm associated words. If you do so correctly, you might have a moment of insight that starts new gossip. Based on information you gather, you'll battle to uncover the Ryaju's lies. After overcoming these battles, you'll get a brief award period where you can communicate with the Ryaju's ladies, who are hostile during your investigations. You'll raise your likability with these women during your conversations, and this might allow you to either rub their head, talk to them while pressing your head against the wall, or even get them to lay your head on their lap. Net High releases November 26th in Japan.
Alright, next up. We've been following the upcoming RPG Yoro no Naikuni's development for a while, and although we had held a hope that it might see a Western release, we didn't think that Gust's latest title would come our way. However, it seems that Koei Tecmo Europe could consider it, at least if this tweet is anything to go by. And here's the tweet, going to @BelzyLord2 at Koei Tecmo... Koei Tecmo Europe. Hi, any chance to see a physical release of Yoro no Naikuni and Attack on Titans for Vita? We need it. And then there's a little heart thingy. And Koei Tecmo Europe responds, we're unsure about Yoru no Naikuni. Is this something #KT family would want to have for the West? ? The title sees you battling as Arnoth, a holy knight who serves the Curia. Your intention is to protect Leotis, the chosen saint of the current era, and her destiny is to be sacrificed herself in order to steal away the ruler of the night. Arnoth views things very differently and sets about defeating the Jao and finding out her own way of dealing with this demon. Do you want to see this title come to the West? Are you aching to play the game? Head over to Koei Tecmo's Europe's tweet and let them know. Also, America. Anyways, next up. Due to an outcry of overwhelming support for the series, we answered, love-based shooter Galgun Double Piece will be released worldwide. They asked if we wanted Galgun localized, and we answered as an astounding hell yes in return, prompting developer Inti Creates to announce the search for a Western publisher only 2 days after posing the question. Here's the announcement tweet from Inti Creates. Thanks to your support, Galgun is getting a worldwide release. Now we search for a publisher. And the important bit from their official site, quote, with the release of Galgun Double Piece in Japan the other day and the absolutely tremendous amount of support we have received in the past 48 hours, we have come to the decision that now is the time for people around the world to experience Galgun. The team was completely blown away by the outpouring of love and support for this franchise from the fans outside of Japan, and it turned out to be the final push to make a worldwide release for Galgun come to be, end quote. Are you excited for this impending localization? Hell yes. Alright. Next up, Rage Gaunt, the dungeon crawler that released just a few days ago, is now scheduled to get a rather large update in early September. This hefty update is all about increasing the content of the game, and first up is the addition of an evolution to the game's last boss, requiring you to grind and increase your party's levels in order to fight it. Second up is the addition of a sequel story for Ichiya, Kyle, and Nil. This sequel story will feature event CGs that show what happens after the fights of the three protagonists. Lastly, the update will give you a few new options for your second playthrough. You will now be able to keep your save data and play the game on a higher difficulty or start a new game on a harder difficulty without any save data carrying over. There will also be an added invincible mode where your allies won't get attacked, though not confirmed. It seems like this mode will only have the protagonist taking damage during fights. Rage Gaunt is available in Japan right now.
Alright then, moving on. Lost Dimension is already available in North America and launches in Europe later this month, but Atlus have been sure to continue to provide us with character details post-launch, mostly detailing two of the game's more interesting characters. First up is Agito, a ninja character with great range and ability in his attacks. He also has the ability to teleport and disappear from battle situations when needed. Agito specializes more in close-range attacks against enemies, choosing to get closer to enemies in one-on-one combat. Agito has two particularly powerful skills, Far Strider and Phase Ability. Getting these abilities early in the game will make Agito a more worthy and formidable ally. The main point about the two aforementioned skills is that they require materia, which you won't come across too often. Agito is known for having a rather friendly personality, and while players might see this as warm and welcoming, they should also remain suspicious of him. After all, anyone Any time could betray you. Moving on, we have Nagi, who works as a scout character. Just like Adgito, Nagi has the ability to teleport around the map without needing to use ladders or elevators, meaning she can be a valuable asset when it comes to navigating dungeons and hard-to-reach areas. The teleportation power means that Nagi is always floating, which is a pretty neat touch. Nagi can also be seen as a hard-hitting character. She is good for working in groups to take out large numbers of enemies with powerful attacks. Her weapons allow for area attacks, so it's recommended that you take advantage of this where possible. Nagi is considered to be one of the most powerful allies in the game, and if she doesn't betray you, she will likely become one of your favorite characters in the game due to her immense power and abilities. That's all for now, but Lost Dimension is available now in North America and releases on the 28th in Europe. Way Forward have shared details of a fan-created character who will be making their way onto Shantae Half-Genie Hero. Bonelegs is a half-human, half-spider character who can respond to direct attacks and can strike upwards at you if you try and get out of her way. When you approach Bonelegs, she will use her front legs to form a shield to cover her weak points. Defeating her will require you to get around this shield. Quote, the design began with some very icky and more traditional giant spider shapes, and then evolved into something like a were spider. Quote, end quote, sorry. Way Forward explained, quote, we worked with Matt, the Kickstarter backer who designed the enemy, to make sure that the spider would complement Shantae's spider form, which is still a work in progress, end quote. If you're looking forward to Shantae Half-Genie Hero, be sure to stay tuned to the Vita Lounge for further updates. Next up, Tribute Games have been in contact to let us know that their single-screen brawler Curses and Chaos is set to launch on the PlayStation Vita next week on August 18th. A press release announcing the release date for the title gives us more information in regards to what we can expect when the game releases, with a brief synopsis giving us an overview of the game. Quote, smashing monsters is the only way to escape death itself in this single-screen brawler. As bounty hunters Leo and Leah, the Wizard King has cursed you to live under Thanatos' shadow. You must fight back swarms of goblins, ghosts, and every nasty creature in the kingdom offers. If you don't beat them in time, the Grim Reaper himself will come slashing. But not all is lost. Beating the beast means getting rare ingredients and weapons to keep the fight going. With the help of rogue alchemist Allison, those ingredients can be mixed into healing potions, elemental summons, or even the cure for the curse itself. End quote. Curses and Chaos will feature the following when it lands on the handheld next week. Alchemy. Mix and match ingredients and items to create powerful attacks. Summons and the elixir of life itself. Dancing. Alleviate stress during combat by dancing and rack up points. Cutscene and boss animations by Paul Robertson, Adult Swim capsules, 8-Bit Simpsons, Mercenary Kings, and Wizorb. 13 single-screen levels designed by Stefan Boutin from Mercenary Kings, Wizorb, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and supports cross-buy, cross-play, and cross-save with the PS4 version, and ad hoc multiplayer on Vita, and supports Vita TV with couch co-op. In other news, Tribute Games have also informed us that the PlayStation Vita version of Mercenary Kings is very much still in the works, although there is no ETA for that title just yet. Curses and Chaos is set to release on August 18th, priced at $9.99 or €9.99.
Alright, next up, a 2D logic puzzle game. The Bridge was originally released in 2013 to largely positive reviews, and TVL has learned that a Vita version is incoming and will launch next week. The Bridge is a game that forces the player to reevaluate their preconceptions of physics and perspective, and is described as Isaac Newton meets MC Escher. You'll need to manipulate gravity to redefine the ceiling as the floor, while venturing through impossible architectures, explore increasingly difficult worlds, each uniquely detailed and designed to leave the player with a pronounced sense of intellectual accomplishment. The Bridge exemplifies games as an art form, as has some truly beautiful visuals hand-drawn in black and white. designed from the ground up to simultaneously be inaccessible as well as an intellectually stimulating experience. The bridge has a minimalistic control scheme so that gamers of all abilities can focus on the challenges and puzzles. With new challenges added with each stage, you will continually learn new concepts as you progress. The bridge launches on August 18th. And next, a release schedule from Head Up Games has revealed that they'll be bringing their iOS and Android title Smash and Bash to PlayStation Vita in Q3 this year. A description of the game, courtesy of the Google Play Store, reveals that the game has you playing as a Viking chief named Ingvar, who has his boat seized by the bank after hitting financial hardship. And with hunting season just around the corner, he'll have to unleash his anger in order to make money to buy back his ship. Further details reveal that the game is an endless runner, which will see you attacking other Vikings and stealing their loot, whilst also dodging other obstacles in his way. Stay tuned to the Vita Lounge for further news on this title as we receive it. And 10 Tons have announced their next project and have also revealed that it will be making its way to the PlayStation Vita in early 2016. Neon Chrome is a twin-stick shooter that boasts an unlimited amount of procedurally generated levels, blasting through enemies in several unique locations, including research labs, residential areas, and warehouses. More information to follow as this one develops further.
Alright guys, home stretch here. We recently brought you news that rhythm game Vita Colorful would not be heading west, meaning you need to import it. Today, however, we have good news. If you do decide to import it, you will be easily able to navigate the menus in English. All menu options have English text. You can choose from free play, step up play, daily play, mindless play, item online, data option, or back to title, all in English. The difficulties ranging from easy to hard are also in English, and your results after finishing a song will be in English as well. The only exception are the song titles. Some will have English text along with the original Japanese kanji, while others are solely in Japanese. Vita Colorful released in Japan on July 30th and is apparently very import friendly, so if you're looking for a new Vocaloid rhythm title, this one should definitely be on your radar. Next up, Falcom and Carrie Annie have announced that they're working on the enhanced version of The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky Evolution's second chapter, the direct sequel to Trails in the Sky. The Vita release of this game is set to include touchscreen controls, enhanced graphics, new animated cinematics, new character illustrations, including ones made specifically for event scenes, more battle effects, a full voiceover for the main story, and an arranged soundtrack from Falcom's in-house JDK band. It'll also see tweaks to the Chaincraft combination system, though to what extent hasn't been clarified. Trails in the Sky Evolution SC is set to see the return of Field Attacks, a gameplay addition from Evolution FC that sees players land a strike on a monster in the field before battle. A proper hit on a monster in the field will start you in an advantageous battle position. However, a hit from a monster, yes, that's possible too, will start you in a battle where they have the upper hand. The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky Evolution's second chapter is due in Japan this December, with no word yet on a Western localization. And the last piece of news. Studio Kabojo has a history of producing free-to-play online RPGs for mobile platforms. However, their new RPG, Zodiac Arcanon Odyssey, will now be a one-time premium purchase. The game was originally announced to be considering the free-to-play route, but after some community feedback, Zodiac will not have any free-to-play systems or microtransactions in it. Quote, listening to the great feedback we received after showing the game at GDC and E3, we've made the unprecedented decision to shift gears from Kabojo's usual free-to-play format to make Zodiac Arcanon Odyssey a premium game for Western audiences, end quote, said Kabojo CEO Mario Rizzo. For the unaware, Zodiac is a persistent online RPG. It will have 2D hand-drawn art and will feature the writing from Final Fantasy VII writer Kazuhige Nojima, along with Nojima's compatriot Hitoshi Sakamoto. This game's goal is to create a multiplayer game with classical JRPG elements. Zodiac's pricing has not been announced, but is set to be revealed closer to its launch on iOS at the end of the year. The PlayStation Vita version will be released in early 2016. However, the game will have regular episodic updates, adding new areas, additional character classes and powers, new characters to meet, and challenges to face, all free of charge. Quote, "The heart and soul of Zodiac has always been to bring players a classic JRPG experience regardless of platform. The kind of experience that JRPG fans enjoy, and sadly, that no longer seems as common as they once were." End quote, said Rizzo. That's all we got for now, but we'll be sure to update you as this one develops further. And that's the news, Tyler.
No way.
Yes way.
Well, sweet.
You can squeal like a girl now if you like. Alright, that was a little bit creepy.
Oh?
Anywho, little girl, what are the announced release games you're looking forward to from the week? Moving right into those talking points there.
Yeah. Well, we mentioned it last week at the very end of episode 87, but Attack on Titan, Kyle.
Yeah, buddy.
It's coming to the Vita, and it's not. It is not. I repeat, I've been getting a lot of comments about this. It is not the port or a port of the 3DS version. This is a totally different developer. The developer of the Vita or the 3DS version was Spike Chunsoft, I believe, and this one is being handled by Tecmo Koei, so the guys that do Toukiden and stuff like that. So I'm pretty damn excited that they've got their hands on this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, Attack on Titan. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I actually read just a little quote. I don't know who translated it, but it said that they were looking to make a game where the action was fast paced and there was like a quick reward feeling for like doing it. So like it sounds like it's gonna be one of those games where you're just like mowing through enemies and you're like, oh yeah, so good. So I'm looking forward to that.
Exciting. See, I like the 3DS game. It's fun, but it gets like meh, like pretty quickly. Like everything, like oh man, if they just put that game on the Vita, it'd be so much better. Like the controls would be awesome.
Everything's better on Vita, Tyler.
Yeah, the graphics would look so much better. But I mean, like, it's not a bad game on the 3DS. I'm not gonna lie, it's not a bad game, but it just kind of got really repetitive because like anytime you'd go to kill a Titan, it'd go like in slow motion, and then you had to like line up a circle reticule on another circle, and if you got it lined up perfectly, you'd get a critical hit, and that's like the only way you could kill the Titans. So I mean, you just do that constantly, and that was.
I want to fight it, yo. I don't want to line up reticules. I want to fight it.
Yeah, I mean, you get to run around and everything and do whatever, but I mean, anytime you
should
want
be
to
like,
fight them.
It should be like Freedom Wars meets Toukiden.
Exactly. That's what. Okay, that's what I've been hearing is people saying all they need to do is take Freedom Wars and reskin everything as Attack on Titan, and they've got a perfect game. And I was like, that's not a bad idea. I reviewed Freedom Wars. I will give that game a fucking awesome score. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Anyways, we could talk a lot about that game, even though we know absolutely nothing other than a trailer that was like 30 seconds long. So
of hype.
Yep. So yeah. Anyways, other games that we talked about. I'm excited for Lego Marvel Avengers. If they are going to stick with their awesomeness with how they did the Jurassic World game, then I will really enjoy this Lego Marvel game because the Lego games are just fun. It's just, you don't have to think too hard. You just jump in there and you're a Lego character and you destroy things and follow a goofy little story and you have a good time. So it's just a nice relaxing type of game, and yeah, I enjoy them. So I'll pick that one up. What else do we got here? I haven't really looked up really much on this Yoro no Naikuni game, but every time I read about it, I'm like, kind of sounds interesting, so maybe I'll figure it out, see if I would actually play it. And then this Galgun announcement. Again, this is one of those games I don't really know much about, but I seen the tweet about them asking about it coming over, and I just was like, I'm going to join in this because more games, more fun, and I'll need to actually watch a trailer on it and see if it's something I'll play. Because if
It's
it
about
is,
shooting bitches with arrows to make them love you, Tyler.
is that really it?
Yes.
Is it fun?
Is it fun? It looks fun.
Then all right, I'll keep my eye on it. What else we got here? I don't really know if there's anything else that's calling me right now from what we talked about in the news. I've already got Lost Song, but I'll probably be picking up the US version just in case there's DLC and stuff like that, so I can actually use it. But yeah, other than that, there's always all the stuff we've talked about. So, Kyle, what about you?
All right. Well, Omega Labyrinth sounds interesting. A game about chests. So
Like
I'm down.
the board game, like.
No, chests, not chess.
I know. I was just being a douche.
Yeah. So chests.
I gotcha.
So yeah, Japan only, but I'm getting a lot of them, so I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
Also, Sword Art Online Lost Song. Super looking forward to that. You're a little bitch, and you got the Asian version, and yeah.
Oh shit,
Anywho.
Kyle. We'll play multiplayer together, and you'll be all good to go.
Yeah, we will. Also, that back to bed game that sounded really interesting. Like your guy's like a sleepwalker or something, and you walk him around. I don't know. It's the first I've really heard about it, but it sounds interesting. So I'll be looking into that. Net High, like I don't know. It just seems too weird for me. I don't think I'll be interested in that. But I don't know. I'll be reading all the articles. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yorononai Kuni, Land of No Night, as I like to call it. I don't know what everyone else translates it to, but that's what I get. I would love if that came to the West. It looks really interesting, and the battle looks cool. So I'm down to play that. So I think they should bring it over here, and if they did, I'd play it. Galgun Double Piece, yes, I'm interested. Yes, I'll play that. I would love if they brought Reijigan over. We talked about the update that it's getting. Apparently it didn't sell so well over in Japan
Really?
first week. So, yeah, I was hearing 8,000 for sales, so that's not very good. So yeah, I'm not super confident we're going to get it now, but it would be nice.
Hey, maybe they'll try to do it to get more money.
Yeah, that's true.
Cheap
even if they,
translation
even if they just did subtitles
yeah.
or something, I don't know, something. And IVT Colorful. I really hate to import stuff, but that's looking more and more Kyle friendly,
Yeah.
and I'm getting the itch to play some more rhythm games, so I might be getting
dancing all night.
Yeah, I don't know though. I think that's
Kyle.
just taking two things that shouldn't go together and jamming them together.
But Kyle, they've got to summon their personas in a dancing rhythm form.
Yeah, but then they're bringing Hatsune Miku in, and
So there
no.
you go. You got like a Hatsune
Yeah,
Miku
no.
game.
No, it's like no.
Hey, she looks pretty interesting as a Persona character.
She does, but no, it shouldn't go together.
Kyle, when I'm playing the game and having a great time.
That's enough, Tyler. That's enough.
Okay, I'm done.
I'm sorry, I'm a dick. But yeah,
that's all right. I'm used to it.
Yeah, you probably are. So yeah, that's it from the week. Fuck all the rest of those games.
Well, all right.
If you like them, then cool, but I'm not interested at this point in time.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into the next one.
All right, so as usual, when they come up, we usually recap the PlayStation Store top downloads. We've got July's, so here we go. Looks like J-Stars was the clear winner for new titles this past month, grabbing first place in North America and fifth in Europe. The runners-up for new entries are Arno Surge Plus, Ode to an Unborn Star, at number 8 for North America, and Lego Jurassic World, which debuted at 17th in Europe. Here's the full lists. Here we go. North America's top 10. Number 1 is J-Star's Victory Versus. Number 2, Minecraft. Number 3, Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1. Number 4, Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. Number 5, Mortal Kombat. Number 6, Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment. Number 7, Don't Starve Giant Edition. Number 8, Arno Surge Plus, Ode to an Unborn Star. Number 9, Guacamelee. And number 10, Another World 20th Anniversary Edition. As for Europe, they like to be cool and include a top 20, so here we go. Number 1 is Minecraft. Number 2 is Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified for some fucking reason. Number 3 is Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment. Number 4 is FIFA 15 Legacy Edition for some fucking reason. Number 5 is J-Star's Victory Versus Plus. Number 6 is Terraria. Number 7 is Don't Starve Giant Edition. Number 8 is Uncharted Golden Abyss. Number 9 is Killzone Mercenary. Number 10 is Grim Fandango Remastered. Number 11 is Oreshika Tainted Bloodlines. Number 12 is Unit 13. Number 13 is a PSP title, Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. Number 14 is another PSP title, Valkyria Chronicles 2. Number 15 is another PSP title, Castlevania The Dracula X Chronicles. And number 16 is another PSP title, Tekken 6. Then we have 17, Lego Jurassic World, another PSP title, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories at 18, Persona 4 Golden at 19, and Soul Sacrifice Delta rounding out the list at 20. What the hell is up with those PSP titles? But other than that, they all seem to be either new releases or sales, so I can deal with that. What do you think, Tyler?
Well, I've got two things here.
All right.
First, are you excited to help Minecraft stay on the top soon?
Why did you have to ask me that, Tyler? Why?
I'm just wondering, like, how does that make you feel?
No, I'm not excited. No. Just straight up no.
Well, maybe you should tell people why they should, or why you're not excited to help Minecraft, because maybe they don't know what's going on.
Alright, so if you don't know what's going on, my computer ate shit with some water. And so Tyler decided that it was a good idea to both punish and reward me at the same time, and he came up with this idea where he makes me play Minecraft. So basically, you people donate money, and depending on how much money is donated and we raise, I will play Minecraft for a certain amount of time. So we've already locked in that I play for, I believe, 45 minutes, is it, Tyler?
It's either that or an hour, I can't remember.
Yeah, one of those two horrible last times. So, yeah. That's what it's all about. That's why Tyler is referencing Minecraft and me buying the game.
Yep, I'm so excited. We're going to hopefully do that somewhat soon, but there's always time to help Kyle out and, like he said, make him suffer and help him out. So I can't wait for that. It's going to be so much fun. But anyways, back on topic. The second thing that of note is Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment. I'm really curious when Sword Art Online Lost Song comes out. I really hope that it at least is spotted in the top 10, because with how well Hollow Fragment's doing every single time, I would really like to see Lost Song get that same love, and considering it's a physical release, you know, just more love and prove that it was worth the time to bring out the sequel and make it physical as well. So I'll be happy if I see that.
Tyler, but
What?
no.
What?
But the fact that it's physical kind of takes away from that,
right,
because it's digital only list.
I know, but that's the thing. Like, if I see it on there, then it's gonna be good. Like, even if it hits 10, if it hits 10,
I don't think there's any world in which it won't hit the list as of right now.
I don't know.
I think the first one did so well that even if everyone shut up about Lost Song right now and it just came out, I think it'd still hit the list.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah, we will, won't we?
I think. Are you bitter, Kyle, about the Minecraft thing?
Just a little. Just a
You
little.
got reminded about it, and you're just like, oh, fuck! I thought they were gonna forget. I'll
Well,
never forget.
I'm still mourning over the computer and the
Yeah,
fact that I'm using this burning hot piece of shit right here to do everything. So
yeah, but hey,
yeah, I'm a little salty, Tyler. I'm a little salty.
one step closer by building blocks in Minecraft, right?
I'm just gonna try and find out how to kill you in Minecraft, Tyler. Never mind the building, just killing Tyler.
I'll just bring you to my own world full of weapons, and I'll just be like, "Hey, Kyle, you want this?" Nope. And I'll just kill you over and over. You're like, "This is the worst ever."
You want me to break my Vita too, don't you?
I'm not gonna help you out with that, so you can have fun with that. But anyways, yeah, that's my take from that. I mean, you nailed it right there. There's lots of sales, and then just some of the games that are always on the top. So yeah. Anything to add, Kyle?
Nope.
Well, all right. Let's jump into that listener mail. Um, you want me to take the first one, or you got it?
Go ahead.
All right. Here we go. Listener mail. Hey, Kyler. Jan again. Just wanted to know what your favorite OST or original soundtrack is from the Vita library. Mine is definitely the one from Blaze Blue Continuum Shift. It has some great old school metal tunes. Also, please check out the song that I'm sending you via this email. It's a remix from my band from a spontaneous jam we did last week. Just added some paranormal effects on it. Keep up the great work, guys. And I sent you an email, Jan. I'm going to use your song at the very end of the podcast if you're okay with it. If not, you're going to just hear what we normally have at the end of the podcast. But if he's okay with it, people check that out, and it will be at the end of the podcast. So, Kyle, what's your favorite OST?
I know we've had this question a long time in the past, and I was like, this game, and I named a game, and I can't remember what game it was, but I remember that it was
Minecraft?
way far out ahead, and no, it wasn't Minecraft.
The OST
you're
Minecraft
you're
is terrible,
just
by
being
the
a
way.
dick now, Tyler, aren't you?
Well,
Yeah, you
I'm gonna eat my cotton candy and let you answer this.
But off the top of my head, probably the best OST I can think of is their Persona 4 Golden OST. That's a pretty good soundtrack.
Yeah, they have such good songs you could almost make a dancing game out of it. Oh,
Shut
wait!
the fuck up, Tyler. uh, so
Back
I'm
to my
looking for
cotton
a new
candy.
podcast host.
Whatever. Back to my cotton candy.
Son of a bitch. Anywho, so yeah, probably Persona 4 Golden. As for the song that you sent, it's very interesting. I don't know. I like the end better, but it seemed really. I don't know. Like, it was the same all the way through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting though.
Hey, that's what
I
jams
listened
are
to the
all
whole
about,
thing.
though.
I didn't turn it off, so there you go.
Nice. Well, all right. For myself, yeah, that's a great pick for Persona 4. There were some amazing songs that, if I were to play that game again and a couple of them were to pop in my head, I'd be singing those or like humming those tunes for weeks. So that is a great one. Also, I would have to add, because that was probably what I was going to pick anyways, but the Tearaway soundtrack is pretty awesome. There's a couple songs in there that are just so catchy and fit so perfectly in that game. And yeah, I quite enjoy them. Any other ones? I know there's quite a few games that have some awesome soundtracks, but I'm totally blanking on them right now. I had another one in my head before I started talking, and I lost
Well,
it.
there's always we can always just mention, the games that are music games,
Psh,
like Project Diva
but I've never
or
played those, so.
IAT. Yeah, I know, but like, have you ever like seen one of the trailers?
Yeah, but I haven't really paid attention to the songs, so.
Well, you suck, Tyler.
Anyways, I just remembered it as we were talking. I don't think it's really known for its soundtrack very well, but I really enjoy a couple of the Freedom Wars songs. I actually changed because you can change the song that you have playing when you go into battle, and there's one song that I just flippin' love so much. It's such an epic song that every time I went into battle, I wanted to hear this song. And ooh, I can't remember what it's called, but I have it set. So if I ever play Freedom Wars again, it's gonna be there. So yeah, I'd have to say that because there's a couple songs, but I just had to have one that was just amazing. So I'd say that one as well.
I didn't even know Freedom Wars had music.
What?
I
Well, it's got some
don't
good
think I've
songs.
ever played with the music on.
Well, you're missing out, Kyle.
I must be.
I mean, it's not like crazy like the best thing you've ever heard, but there's a couple of songs on there that are just like, this is nice. This is real nice. Also, yeah,
Alrighty.
I'd have to basically copy exactly what Kyle said about your remix jam session. It's very interesting. So yeah, just basically exactly what Kyle was saying. So yeah, again, I sent you an email, so check that and let me know if you want me to include it. But anyways, let's jump to the next question. Kyle, what do we got?
All right, this one's from Adam at RoboAddy on Twitter, and he says, JP games, so Japanese games, dubbed or with original audio? And then the second question is, what's your stance on games with only English audio track? For example, Operation Abyss. So 2 questions there. Go ahead and answer, Tyler, because I know you're super opinionated.
Yeah, well, I could care less. If it's dubbed, I enjoy that. If as long as the actors are decent. With like Persona 4 Golden, I think they have some of the best dubbed audio. Um, but there's a couple games out there that don't, and a couple games that just are so-so, I guess. But I mean, it really doesn't matter to me if the game is good, as long as I can understand how the story's going. If there's a story, then I'll be happy. Like this is, yeah, I'm gonna mention it. Jumping back to the 3DS, that Attack on Titan game, it kind of pissed me off anytime you clicked on a character, because the game was like separated by stories per character, so you had the story for each of the main characters, but anytime you clicked on one of the characters, they would like yell something in Japanese with no subtitles. So I'm just like, it's not super important because they probably just said, yeah, let's go, or I'm going to kill every Titan, or, something very generic. But I'm just like, well, no idea what you said. You could have been like, Americans are stupid or something. I don't know.
Tyler's a faggot.
Exactly. It could have been something terrible. But I mean, that was just like, really? Okay. But yeah, it doesn't really matter to me as long as I can understand what's going on and it's decent at what it's trying to do, then I'm okay with whatever. Kyle?
All right, so I'm going to answer both questions in one.
Do it.
My stance is whatever it was originally recorded in. So if it was originally English, then give it to me in English. If it was originally Japanese, then give it to me in Japanese. If it was originally in alien speak, then give it to me in alien speak, because that's what makes sense and the inflections of the characters. If you play a game that's Japanese and then is redubbed in English, the inflections of the characters, the way that they speak, doesn't sound right compared to the original ones. Even if you can't tell exactly what they're saying and you have subtitles, you can just tell that, they're acting the proper way, and these people who redid the language are not acting in the proper way. So whatever it was originally done in, I'm a purist. Just give me some friggin' subtitles.
Well, all right. There you go, Adam. Thanks you. Thank you for your question. Let's jump to the next one. We've got from lateral. I always say his Twitter handle wrong. Lateralis 2801, and he asks, "What'll come first, Vita 2 or a God Eater 2 localization?" Oh man, Kyle.
Shut the fuck up, Adrian.
Ooh. Well.
So if you didn't know, that's one of our writers, and he can just shut the fuck up. Because, yeah. What do you think, Tyler?
Oh, man. Well, I'm going to try to answer the question. It's going to be terrible, though, because, I mean, I ask for God Eater 2 localization all the time, and I ain't getting it. Vita 2, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Sony's crazy enough to do that. I would love it because I love the Vita, and if they actually gave it some love and tried some new things, maybe they could get it to be a huge success, but I don't know. Who knows? I feel like the God Eater 2 localization would come way sooner than a Vita 2, though, so there we go. Adrian, enjoy that one. That was very knowledgeable and well said, I would have to say, right, Kyle?
Sure.
I don't think you're going to answer this, Kyle, are you? Or
hey, if you want a straight up answer, I don't think either of them. I don't think you're gonna get a Vita 2, and I don't think you're gonna get a God Eater 2 localization because they're gonna localize God Eater 2 Rage Burst if they localize anything. Well, so their technical bullshit worked around your shit. Fuck you, Adrian.
Sensing some hostility here.
Just a little bit.
All right. Well, we won't go into that. That sounds like another whole thing. Let's jump into the next one. Kyle, who's next?
All right. So this one's a familiar face and/or name. Non-Skippo is back, and he's got 2 questions. I'll read the first one. Tyler can have the second one because I'm a nice guy like that. First one is, what are your thoughts on this new challenger? Will it make a difference or will it arrive too late? And he links to a TechRaptor.net article on the portable Steam machine. I forget what the hell it's called.
It's
Smock
called
Zero or something.
Yeah, Smock Zero.
Smock Zero, there you go. So it's some sort of handheld computer thing that does things that other handheld computer things don't do with Steam.
Well said.
So yeah, it's like a Vita, but for Steam, but it only plays certain games. So it doesn't play all of them, but it plays a lot of them according to what they're saying. And it's coming out like late 2016, I think. So a long ass time from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I'd say it's a little too late, because, I mean, it's a Steam-powered device, so, I mean, as long as Steam is up and running, then this thing is going to be up and running, and they could always just make a Smock 0.2 or something, I don't know, like, just continually make newer models, so, I mean, you never know. And it seems decently powered. It has 4 gigabytes of RAM, a 32 gigabyte internal storage, USB, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and optional 4G. It also has an HDMI out, which is a big thing that people complain about the Vita not having, and it also uses 720p HD touchscreen, whereas the Vita has a little bit lower than that, so I mean it's a pretty nice screen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's something that I would grab. There's not a lot of Steam games out there that I'm super into, and the ones that I am into, I don't know if this thing could handle it. Maybe, I don't know. So, yeah, it's pretty pricey too. It's $300, and I could buy a ton of Vita games for that much money. But yeah, it's an interesting looking device. I don't know what I think about the weird analog pad things. They're not even really analog sticks. They're like touch screen things. Not a fan of that. I understand it's a good way of making it to where you can't really damage, thumbsticks, like, the Vita, you could snap off a thumbstick on accident. This is a weird imprinted, I don't know, it's weird looking. You need to check it out. But I don't know if I like that. I like to actually feel the sticks move. Makes it so much easier. But then again, I've never used one of these, so who knows, this could be actually pretty good. So yeah, I mean, if I got one in my hands, I'd try it out, and if I was really interested, then I'd pick it up. But right now, it's not something I care about too much. Kyle, what about you?
All right. Will it make a difference or will it arrive too late? And my thoughts on it. All right. First, we're going to start with thoughts on it. Personally, I don't care. I don't care one bit. I don't have Steam. I don't really play games on my computer since my gaming PC died. I have so many games on Vita, I could not buy another game and still play games for like a year, like straight, and still not finish everything. So really at this point, I'm not willing to invest in another machine, and that one, it just seems like it has a lot of caveats that I already have seen in other machines like the Vita TV or PlayStation TV if you want to be westernized. But so like I don't know. It's just one of those things that I wouldn't jump into without knowing a hell of a lot more information than what they're giving us right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little too early to tell.
Pardon me?
I was just saying it's a little too early to tell anything.
Yeah. As for will it make a difference or will it arrive too late? Make a difference in what? It's kind of a completely different market than the Vita because you're marketing to people who already have Steam accounts and who deal with computer games rather than, stuff that comes to console and stuff they're looking to do with Vita because it's not necessarily, just that the game is portable, but it's that it ties to other things and, the whole ecosystem, I think, that drives people to Vita. So
yeah,
it's not necessarily something that's going to make a difference in that regard. Will it probably gain a, decent share of the market? Yeah, probably, because people like portability. So
yeah.
Good on it.
All right. Thanks, Nonspo, for your question. Let's jump into the next Nonspo question. And he asks, what are your thoughts on this new petition? And he links us to a petition on the petitionsite.com for Seal No Surge offline localization petition. Basically, this is a prequel to the recently released Are No Surge Plus game that came out a few weeks ago, saying, that this game should be released over here too because it ties up a lot of the things that go into the next game, which has been released here. So it's kind of weird having not gotten this game. And as of talking about this, it has 486 signatures out of what they're saying is what they want is 6,000 signatures. So, Kyle, what do you think about this petition?
Well, any petition for a game to come over here is kind of a good and a bad thing, depending on how many signatures it gets, obviously. But as for whether I would like this game over here, the answer is yes. Arno Surge Plus is something I've kind of been eyeing, and people have said, this is a good game, but at the same time, it references a lot of stuff from Ciel No Surge, so it's kind of one of those things where you either watch a YouTube video which explains the whole thing, or you just jump in and don't know what the hell is going on. So I'm kind of apprehensive, and definitely if they said Ciel No Surge was coming, then I would hold off on playing it, but still get it. So
yeah.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. Although I already did buy Arno Surge Plus, so I'm already lost. So yeah, of course I would love this game to come over, and I don't understand the idea of not bringing that one over first and then bringing over Arno Surge, but who knows? I swear I heard an answer from the developers or something about this, but I don't remember if that's a different game or if it's this game. But Yeah, I mean, if it gets enough signatures, then you never know what can happen. So, yeah, maybe it will help, and we will see that game in the future. Who knows? But I think that's all we can really say on that, unless you have something else to add, Kyle.
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, let's jump into the next thing. That is all the listener mail, correct, Kyle?
As far as I know, did you get anything else?
Nope. That I know of. Yeah, I'm good. All right. Yeah, let's jump into check this out. We would be doing Guess That Game, but Liam could not be here today, so... Meh. Anyways, Kyle, what are we going to check out this week?
Alright, so this week, it's actually a pretty easy one for me, and I suggest that you go and check out Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment. It is dropped in price to $19.99, and if you're looking for a entry into the land of Sword Art Online, this is a good place to start. And if you're looking to get in before the next game comes out, which isn't a sequel, but it's the same universe, so you kind of know what's going on, then there you go, $19.99.
Yeah, that's a pretty damn good price for that game. That is going to last you quite a while. Game is long. But yeah. Alright, we got any threads, Kyle?
I couldn't find any threads. There's probably some new game threads this week. I know a lot of stuff's been announced and talked about a lot, so there's some stuff like that you should probably look out for. And if there's any new people, you should, welcome them. But other than that,
or if you're new,
nothing much to talk about. Yeah, if you're new or you want to be new, say hi. People are friendly. They won't bite much.
All right, that would be it for this episode. Let's get out of here, Kyle.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, if you've got listener mail or comments, contact us via mediaservices@thevitalounge.net. You can find everything we talked about today at thevitalounge.net. The news, reviews, featured articles, store updates, podcast, a community forum, and a magazine, both digital and physical. You can support the site and get said physical copies of the magazine via patreon.com/thevitalounge. We're on Twitter. Just look up at the Vita Lounge. I'm at Mr. PSVITA Reviews. Kyle is at Teflon Tactics. We're on Facebook. Just search the Vita Lounge. We're also on YouTube. youtube.com/loungeplay. We post up the podcast. We post up previews for the month's coming releases. And we've been very lazy, but Lounge Plays are up there. You can check out some past episodes we've done of some crazy multiplayer matches. And this podcast is available on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, YouTube, and via direct download on the site. You can rate us, subscribe to us on there, and let us know how we are doing. And that would be the podcast, episode 88. Kyle.
Yep.
Say something.
Lewd games are life.
New games are...
good.
Yeah. I was trying to rhyme with that, and it was not working. My brain went dull. Well, alright. We're out of here. Goodbye.